Good morning, everyone. How are we doing today? So something I am seeing as I review and talk about other channels, we are bringing in a sprinkling of new followers and questions and subscribers. So I want to tackle a question that just came in the last 10 or 15 minutes. And this was based, I think it was on the video of the Kwok brothers. And basically the opinion of the comment was, hey, Michael, you're wrong. How can real estate do okay when all the layoffs and furloughs are occurring? So I've talked about this in lots of different videos, but never in its own video. So let's talk about this. And I'm going to do my best to be measured in this response. Some of this, if you're in the situation, you may take offense. I do not mean anything like that. But here's the deal. First and foremost, realize where we are today. Today, we are somewhere between 10% and 15% unemployment. Okay? That number is horrible. That number is very high. It's Great Depression era-like. There's nothing about that number that you and I should think are good news. But that said, that still means we have somewhere between 85 and 90% employment, right? There's a lot of talk about the headlines and people pointing at it and saying, see, housing can't go up, unemployment is high, and that's just not true. Yes, somewhere between 10 and 15% unemployed. But that means we have 85 to 90% employed. That's the first thing you have to realize. Second thing, right or wrong, it is what it is. A lot of the unemployed today are folks that probably wouldn't be buyers in most markets, right? They are obviously the restaurant workers, retail clerks, things of that nature. Stuff that you are selling your physical hours and you have to be at a physical location. Generally speaking, those are not the highest paying jobs. Those folks disproportionately will be renters, at least at this point in their life. Maybe they're going to school, maybe they're doing something else, and ultimately will become owners later. It's certainly not 100%. And we are seeing the unemployed and furloughs work up the stack. There is certainly a risk that these will enter white collar ranks, which are the folks that can work from home. So there is certainly some risk of this going up the stack. But again, 85 to 90% unemployed, or employed, excuse me. Probably more than half of those that are unemployed would have always been renters, not owners. So the demand destruction that you all are expecting because of high unemployment is just wrong, frankly. And all of these YouTube channels, which I've seen several this morning, trying to create fear and economic turmoil and all of those things for real estate, you're not paying attention. It's generally speaking not going to be there. The other thing that you must realize is the consumer seems to be changing. They have decided that space is good, which we've been talking about on this channel for 3 or 4 months. We are seeing exodus from vertical cities, which disproportionately are renters, and they are becoming owners in the suburbs. It's a supply demand. We are having demand exit big cities. They are rolling into the suburbs. And guess what? The suburbs don't have the supply. For 50 years, the trend has been go to the cities. Now, for the last 3 to 6 months, it's like, get out of the cities. We don't like elevators. Vertical living sucks. We're done. Oh, by the way, I don't want to live in a $4,000 2-bedroom, 1-bath apartment in Manhattan. I'll go buy a $400,000 house, have a front and backyard and 2-car garage. Folks, single-family homes are not going to have the destruction that you expect. Yes, unemployment is bad, no question. But we are seeing a change. Millennials that are now in their 30s, who would always want to be renters, now are seeing the benefits of owning. They want space. They want that extra bedroom for their office. They want a backyard so their kids can make noise outside. You're looking at a headline number that is horrible, and you're jumping to conclusions that maybe ordinarily would be good, but you're not appreciating what is happening in the market. The consumer is changing. The consumer no longer wants to rent, at least at some level, and they are moving and becoming owners. Home ownership will go up. I've said it many times. Second, vertical cities are bad. Suburbs are good. Tight quarters next to your neighbor, bad. Space is good. So again, to the comment that just came on the Kwok Brothers videos, I understand where you're coming from. I understand why they think there's a problem coming up. I've been doing this 20 years, invested before the last market crash, saw the difference. The nonsense that I saw in 05, 06 is nothing like 2020. Completely different. Not even close. Investors were buying hand over fist in 06 and getting these stupid loans because real estate only goes up and you can refi later. It's just like The Big Short. Today it's owner occupants, 30-year fixed, mortgages with a 2 on it in some cases. It's not the same game. So while unemployment is horrible and it needs to be lower, the supply-demand picture just means prices are going to go up. There's no supply, certainly no new construction of any size or quantity that's going to meet the demand of people leaving the cities. This is real. This stuff is happening. Real estate is going to be worth a lot more in the suburbs. We have seen already, just last week, prices are up 8.5%, and I think they're going to rise even further. Now, New York, bad. San Francisco, bad. Seattle, bad. But when you think geography-wise, those are specks on a map. So in the end, don't get it twisted. And certainly we are not going to have a crash in 5 months. There's just no way. Residential real estate will not crash in 5 months. Most people that are in trouble will sell and walk away with money in their pocket. If you have $30K in equity and it costs you 12 grand to sell, do you think you're going to wait for a short sale or a foreclosure? No, you're going to sell it, put 15 grand in your pocket and go do something else. That's just not, we are not going to see the price destruction that we saw in 08, 09, and 10. People that think it's going to crash like it did in 2010 and you're going to buy houses for land value like I did all the time, it's just not going to happen. Appreciate what's going on. The unemployed, disproportionately, at least half of them would always be renters. So take that off the table. Second, you have a whole generation of folks that wanted to rent longer than historical norms. Now they're going, shoot, I need to buy. Coming off the sidelines, first-time buyers. Second, we have real lending today. Owner-occupant lending today, not the nonsense of 05, 06. So in the end, I feel very confident that for most markets, real estate will be higher in a year. Second, we will not have a foreclosure and short sale process crisis as a nation. I think San Francisco and New York, big trouble, certainly could. But so that's what I think. I just wanted to get all my thoughts on this in one video because we are bringing more and more viewers and subscribers so they can check it out. Take care. Bye.